In this episode, Britnie shares her truest passion of healing others so that they can heal the world. And I'll share a quick pro tip on communities you can join that hold you accountable so that you can finally and truly step into your greatness. Britnie Faith Turner, I need to know more about this Bad A sweatshirt you're wearing.
This whole thing.
If you're listening, pop over to our YouTube channel really quick and check out this Heal the Heroes.
Swag.
Swagalicious.
I think we should sell swag on our website this year.
Let's do it.
Let's sell some swag.
Done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good thing that you like this sweater because
I really do.
It is my favorite program that we are doing right now with the nonprofit. It's Heal the Heroes. And it really started with watching my incredible now husband,
Captain America,
well, also known as, getting out of the military. You know, he was a very celebrated Green Beret. He's been in the military for 20 years, 10 years of that in the special operations. And watching him start to find his purpose by serving overseas through my nonprofit at the time. And then as he retired, he went through the retirement process. And one of the things the government does is they're trying to help. You know, I never think people have ill intentions. It's best to not assume that. They're trying to help. So they want to give you your disability rating. They want to do all these medical assessments to see how broken you are physically so they can help pay you to continue to live in your retirement. And so he goes and gets all these tests, brain tests, body tests, all this stuff, and they give him this disability rating. But also they were like, oh, you've got this, you've got this, you've got this. So they started giving him labels. And it's really dangerous to believe labels that come from other people. Now, again, labels are supposed to help us know how to navigate different waters, but you are always going to be the person you believe you really are. And so I watched him go from knowing he is just this bad A American barrel-chested freedom fighter, as he likes to say, and saw him start taking the pills that they told him, because they've got a pill for everything.
They do.
And those pills turned him into a shell of the person.
Him right in the heart.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even recognize this person. It was like talking to a zombie.
Wow.
It was crazy. And so I watched him go from, again, all this again, like celebration to starting to find his purpose to getting out to this zombie. And I'm like, hold up. I've watched you go on child rescue missions. I've watched what you're capable of. What are we doing? Destroying this person and believing the lies that you are no longer useful just because you're not inside this giant machine called the military. And it took some reworking. And so what I found is our heroes, which are our American military that we work with right now. We actually work now with military from all over the world, but our military and our first responders. And those are real heroes of the community. They sacrifice everything in their life to be a blessing and to help people that will probably never thank them. And so those people who see the most trauma, have experienced the most trauma, have the most beautiful servant hearts in the world are still incredibly useful and have another mission to do. But what I've experienced is they need to go through a healing process in order to stay useful.
Sure.
So I think you could just take them on missions and they'd be really good.
Right.
But eventually they're going to get triggered or knocked out of the game in some way, shape, or form, or have some kind of an episode if they don't start working on their own journey of healing. And so we created Heal the Heroes, really with me taking notes, watching my husband. I'm like, because I'm a process templater. I'm like, what's working? What's not working? Because he has not necessarily been super open to healing. He thought that was like weakness. And now to hear him speak is so inspirational powerful. Because he talks about how vulnerability is strength and how if you're a real leader and a real bad A, then you're going to deal with your demons not drink them away.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let the demons in you destroy the angel in her. And he's just really become a motivational and inspiring person and tells people do the work. Because again, it's not for pansies. It's not sitting around a fire singing Kumbaya and looking at butterflies.
For sure.
If you're going to continue to be useful, you've got to work on yourself, and you don't get to quit your healing journey until it's been 100 years, he says. At 100 years, you're allowed to take a knee.
I like that. That's cool.
It's really beautiful. The program starts on the island, which has been obviously designed for healing, elevation, and transformation. And to watch them in this immersive environment start to, it's so funny. The first night they're like closed off. They don't want to talk to me. They're hiding. I don't want to be here.
This is dumb.
By the second day, they've got their arms around each other. They're like growing out. I mean, obviously we have an all women's platoon as well, but they find the community that they've been missing, that the military and or first responder community has, which is that brotherhood, that bond. We're going to war together. We do stuff. We have a lot of similarities in our past. And I'm not in the military. It's all new to me, but observing what makes this program work isn't a bunch of, psychologists and this and that. We do have psychologists helping with the program, but it's just got this beautiful magic to it. And the bonds are so healing. And I've watched people that have shoved things into this box inside, which I didn't even know there was this box until my first date with Jerremy, where I was like, so what do you do with all the stuff that you've seen? Like, how do you deal with this? And he goes, oh, I just shove it way down. And I was like, I thought he was kidding, because obviously that's a terrible idea. But he legit was actually proud and thought of that as a skill.
Yeah, I remember him calling it a superpower.
I'm like, no.
My superpower.
I was like, well, I'm never going to see this guy again. Here we are. So there's this little black box inside that they shove every single ounce of their pain into. And if you dare open that box, like, you don't know what's going to happen. It's really painful to deal with these things that they've seen, because their heart is really big. So on the island, we watch them open that box up and in a safe environment, share what's been held in that box for decades, many times. And once they process it, a lot of times they get to cry it out, but it comes out. And then once it's out, they get to start filling it with good and beautiful things that they want, and so much healing. And it's transformed family after family. We've watched every kind of addiction start going out the window. And it's not just a 5-day trip. It's then a 12-week program that then turns into another 9 months. And then they're in the community for life. So what we're really looking to do with Heal the Heroes is develop an army of force for good leaders that have so many skills that, first, they understand their primary mission is to be a hero in their own home, because even serving can be a form of escapism.
Sure.
So start by being a hero
in your point.
Being a hero in your own home, being a hero in your own community. How can you find different ways to serve and lead? And then you can be doing these amazing austere missions all over the world with us if they so choose. But that exercise that you and I talked about really early on in the season, where identifying that poison that's in our hearts, identifying that poison that's on loop in the back of our mind, that we're not enough, or everything from suicide is your destiny, like the negativity that we keep on loop. How do you replace it? And the back of this sweater and the back of their t-shirts actually has these beautiful phrases, which you can read.
I'm going to read it, as you turn around.
That Jerremy Locke created to help remove the poison.
So I'm a solver of problems, a warrior of light. I'm a hero. I'm a force for good, a liberator of the oppressed. A lot of other ones. That's all amazing. So those are all the ones that he came up with, right?
Yeah, and this is
so cool.
The point is to replace that poison with truth.
That's right.
We give them all these beautiful Force for Good bracelets that Tamara Vargas, Palmera Life, donates to remind them, you are here for a reason. And you are a force for good. And it's so important for them to view themselves that way, because many are dealing with survivor's guilt or don't agree with the missions that they were tasked to.
Sure.
And they've had to do things
anyway,
that
right?
they have to live with for the rest of their life. And it can be extremely painful. So replacing that poison with truth, replacing it with things that help you and remind yourself that your mission's not over. I believe the military or the special, all of the things that they were part of before was just teeing them up for their real mission, which is what they're able to do with all those skills now, because the world so desperately needs people to be able to do these things. And so anyway, I'm obviously extremely passionate about it. I've watched it save their lives. I've watched all the lives that they can save. And as an entrepreneur, we're constantly looking for issues and ways to solve them. And this is one of my favorite case studies I've ever been able to be witness to, is plugging the hole of all these terrible things that happen because nobody's willing to stand against evil. Except them.
They are. Yeah. Speaking of, shout out to my boy Jerremy Locke. Today is his 1187.
Hey.
1,187 days of sobriety.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. He dealt with that demon.
He did. And again, you have to face it head on.
It's not that it doesn't come back.
No.
It's not that I'm sure he doesn't want to keep drinking, but he's got a system in place.
Things pop up.
And a community surrounding him to continue to encourage him to be his best self. So do you, our beautiful listeners, have a community around you that is pushing you to be your best self? It's not texting you, hey, let's go drown our sorrows in tequila. How are they not letting you quit on your dreams when you so desperately want to sometime, because the pressure can be so much? So what pro tips do you have on establishing that community? And I want to hear, what are some of the initiatives that you're going to be doing over this next year that you're really excited about being part of?
Pro tips on building a really useful and powerful community. I mean, I think for me, first of all, realizing that they're there is probably a big step. A lot of men might feel like they're alone, right? I feel like I'm alone in this journey of healing, of growth, of awareness, and you're not. There's plenty of places, probably in your cities or near your city where you live, that do have these abilities that are out there. There's a workout place here in Nashville, as an example, called F3, Family, Fitness, and Faith, I believe. And it's a free workout group for men. And they meet in parks at 5:30 a.m. every other day, different parks all around the city. And they just do body weight workouts together as men. And they hug and high five at the end, right? So those groups probably exist in your community. If you're in Atlanta or Oklahoma City or Cincinnati, they're probably there. If they're not there, you could have different places where it doesn't have to be. Because I've gone to AA meetings, as I told you before, and it's like, it doesn't have to be that generally relatively dreary, kind of like back of the church, a little droopy, not super vibrant. It's kind of like, ugh, I got to share these feelings with men and women, and I don't know these people. It can be that, and that can be a very, very useful location and place and system. But if that feels way too far out of your comfort zone, you need something a lot easier, a lot quicker to access, go and find these groups that are meeting up. A lot of times they're going to be at facilities or buildings that you might not imagine or have expected.
Yeah.
There's tons of running clubs.
Yeah.
There's so many triathlon training centers. Go to gyms and go to a hot yoga class. Sign up for Pilates. Like, get around a group of people that are doing something. You know what's really cool? Like cycle bars. Have you heard of these? So a cycle bar is where they have the stationary bikes and they have this really awesome instructor with loud Taylor Swift music.
Yes.
And you're just like biking your face off for 45 minutes. Yeah, but you are sweating and it's a workout. But like, that little tribe is really good. So there's tons of tribes in every city across the US where people are meeting up to try to better themselves.
Yeah.
And for me, one of those communities I'm like working on building, I'm pouring a lot of time, energy, and effort into an initiative called the Divine King Program, which is working on the men that you mentioned earlier about they feel like healing is icky.
Yeah.
They're like, this is stupid, bro. Like, what is healing? And I give it to them in small bite-sized chunks, but I do it from a place of leadership and I do it from a place of, let me show you how we can heal together as men for our family, because I love what you mentioned. It was so good. And I do not want it to get glossed over. when you said that a lot of times people will escape from their home to go serve, but that's a powerful form of escapism.
It looks really good. You get a lot of praise for it.
But they're never at the house. They're never with their wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
You can still serve at such a deep level at your home, in your home. And that's really what that program is about, is it's about going internally and meeting the demons that are there.
Yeah.
Those black boxes that all men have of just all the emotions, that the Pandora box that we've shoved deep, deep, deep down inside. Working with that, working on releasing it slowly, working on repainting that box, right? Working on decluttering it, opening it up, releasing some things from time to time. So that's an initiative I'm working on a lot, because I feel like the brokenness of this country is in direct proportion to the brokenness of men. And as you and I can come together and work on not only men, but men and women, and just really heal from the inside out and show them that this is a beautiful journey. It's not something that has to be vulnerable and weak, but it's really what strong people do. People who are wealthy,
strong people deal with stuff.
Strong people deal with stuff.
Don't avoid it.
No, we can figure it out.
Yes.
And obviously, there's probably no bigger supporter of you and Aerial Recovery than myself.
Thank you.
And so I will always be there on your side, supporting and loyal, helping you and helping that cause, because it's such a powerful cause. So many people are doing this, Britnie. I want to save. I want to work with people. I want to take care of people. I want to protect those who are being sex trafficked. And I'm just going to go back home. And they're not doing anything, right? It's like, I am blown away that you got together and go, wait a minute, I'm going to get the best, America's best forces ever created, going to heal them and repurpose them and turn them into the most powerful force to stop this form of evil.
Warriors of light.
Warriors of light. And it's happening, and you're actually doing it. You've saved
doing it.
8,000 lives in the last 24 months. Over 8,000 lives. That's a huge deal. So massive props.
Thank you.
Massive props. You're welcome.
Well, I'm really happy it's working. You do stuff and you hope it works.
Yeah.
But it's actually working.
This one's working.
I've been so frustrated with different nonprofits. I don't like talking. There are people out there in need. Get up and do something. And it's been real life trading. It's been all of the amazing amount of funds that you guys have helped raise, missions you guys have funded, heroes you guys have sponsored that have made us able to do those numbers over the last 24 months. So it's been a beautiful partnership.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to be listening to this, because you don't have to have a podcast with somebody, but he is passionate about child rescue. He's passionate about the restoration of men. He's passionate about, there's so many different aligned passions. Why not work together?
Sure.
You do not need to have your own thing. And if Aerial Recovery and what we stand for and what we do existed within another org, I would have just partnered with them. It's really hard to run your own nonprofit and keep all the pieces going. It's not just something everybody should do. And so if it's already out there, find ways to join up, to join forces, because like we said in previous episodes, if sex trafficking is $150 billion per year industry, and there's not even $1 billion unified to fight it, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And so it's got to start coming together. You got to find ways to get along. You got to preserve relationships. And if we could inspire you guys to do anything, we could talk forever. We've got so many more things we want to talk about. If we could inspire you to do anything, it would be to find your purpose. Start getting clear on what matters most to you in this world. Start finding ways to activate into that purpose. And activation requires education.
Yeah.
And I know you've got a lot of education opportunities as well through real life trading for people to start learning these things. We're building mine out as well. Join communities that are going to help hold you accountable to your greatness. We've got G-Force Mastermind, also real life trading, Divine Kings, and keep working on your life, knowing that it matters. And you're not just doing it for you. It is not selfish to work on yourself.
Correct.
And give your best gift to the world. So don't drift. Find your purpose. Step up. Don't step out. And until next season, we love you all so much, especially Lithuania. I'm getting a lot of questions from people on what is the G-Force Entrepreneurs Program. I am not teaching you how to be an entrepreneur 101. What I teach you in G-Force Entrepreneurs is everything that I've learned over the last 12 years on how to get clear on your purpose, how to be so clear on how that infiltrates its way into your entire personal life that you then go build a business and or stream of income to fund that beautiful story becoming reality. Now, with that, we're going to design business plans, brand plans, and all of the different tools necessary to be able to accomplish that vision is available to you through G-Force Entrepreneurs. Go check it out at broketowoke.com.